सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मीरारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। पूज्य माँ भगवती, पूज्य Sri Arvind, you all are the chosen souls participating in this divine adventure, and the selected souls by Mother who are even at distance listening to these discourses. The process that we are adopting to imbibe the visible and invisible vibrations of the divine directly given to this cosmos, and the center of the cosmos being our individuality is also constantly vibrated with the new strength, new consciousness and new bliss. New relativity is being generated. New relativity is being mandatorily asked to emerge itself at cosmic level. That is absolutely beyond our perception of mind. At universal level, that is bit blessed for us to be intimately related to it, visibly or invisibly. And the concrete state of consciousness and the concrete manifestation of divinity, purity and infinity into matter, that is our body. So body is not a burden to us. It is the way in which we operate our body is a burden. And misuse of the body ultimately results into death. Death is a separativity between operator and the operated objective. Operator is invisible to us. The objective being operated is half visible to us. And the process of its operation, though is felt, is still invisible to us. This is how body works, our individuality works, our ego of the mind works in this life, in this universe. Mother as world mother, imbibing the assignment given to her as divine by the Supreme. Sri Aurobindo, we may accept it or not, matters least, but the Supreme embodiment for the first time in the universe. for the first time in the universe, where all the dimensions of the Creator, the supreme energy, in Vedanta, the very sound dictum, inexpressible dictum, given by our ancient rishis, who were blessed, who were chosen, who were crystallized instruments, said Om Tat Sat. Omkar is the very first transfiguration of the supreme energy. 14 Brahmans, as symbolically announced by our ancient rishis, as the message they might have received in those days. They tried to club visibility and invisibility in order to find out the reality of their life. The orbit of reality in which individual who experienced this was the center at that time, and even today also. If we try to enter into this new zone of cosmic reality, still living in relativity, we can also have the same experience. So divine has no death. Divine has no death. So the divine who became individual, accepting all such dimensions, has also no death. But the experience of no death is far away from us. So it is merely the process of transfiguration. It is merely the process of renewal. It is merely the process of migration from one state of consciousness to the another state of consciousness. Simply speaking, from one level of consciousness to the another level of consciousness. From one type of experience to the another type of experience. It is the white color that is once going to be blue color, grey color is going to be green color, red color is going to be very mild color, and the grand total of all 7 colors, that is going to be the golden color. What difference it can make? What difference it can make? Varieties of colors, they all belong to one and one white colors. And if we start accepting the very divine nature of that white, then it becomes the figure of Mahasaraswati. It becomes the figure of the word, and the very first word through which Supreme created itself into relativity, created itself into Brahman, is Omkar. So every word is Omkar, and if that divine vibration is given to us and our body experience it as sound, music, muse, message, verdict, ayat, shruti, smruti, then it becomes the very different dimensions of divinity. Body is meant for this. Mother understood for the first time, though divine, in the companionship of Sri Aurobindo, the great velocity being created throughout their sadhana, and the final movement, final velocity, final manifestation of totality was the assignment given to Mother as mind of light. Why mind? To experience all the dimensions of light. And all the dimensions of light means what? All the dimensions of light means Varam Rupam Jyoti. That is the total exposition of the Gayatri mantra of Vishwamitra. Om Bhur Bhurvasva Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Since millions and billions of the years, right from the very first spark of existence till today, we have been asking, we have been praying to the divine in whatever form, or in formless, was for one and one spark from it. Ekang Sena Sthito Jagat. We have been up till now asking for only and only spark of it. But spark was also till today was unbearable for the entire existence and for us specially being a center of it. So this is the magnitude in which Mother understood for the first time after the physical departure of Sri Aurobindo, but the invisible manifestation in toto of Sri Aurobindo simultaneously together. After 5th of December, Mother started experiencing Sri Aurobindo and interaction with the Supreme many a times, and ultimately receiving not only one spark from the Supreme as it was depicted in traditional Gayatri. Sri Aurobindo just embodied the truth of the experience of the Mother at that time. That was Mother's present experience, and the experience of Mother's future, that is the experience of Mother after Sri Aurobindo's willful departure from one existence to the another dimension of existence. In Om Tat Savitur Varam Rupam Jyoti was the traditional dimension of experience, and Om Tat Savitur Varam Rupam Jyotihi Parasya Dhimahi Yannaha Satyena Deepayet is the present format of relativity by the Supreme willfully as a part of blessing in disguise to the entire existence, and where Mother was put into the center. Very difficult task, very difficult job, and body is the bridge. Body is the bridge to get total relationship, total relativity, in the words of Einstein, center and circumference. When center is related to the circumference, center invisibly start experiencing the vast magnitude of reality. Reality is not only a point, reality is the vast, where visibility, invisibility, mortality, immortality, hostility, truthfulness, everything that is so nicely projected in one and one pattern. And what is Pralay? What is Pralay? Up till now, the process of transfiguration was also experienced by the Mother, by the existence, as a part of the nature of this master architecture. Was just a jerk, as we feel jerk, and our entire individuality is shaken up. For the fraction of a second it is shaken up. That is jerk. So the jerk given to the existence for better transfiguration, jerk given to the entire cosmos for the better transmission, jerk given to the entire existence, keeping our individuality in the center, is for better reality, is for rather better grand total of reality and relativity. We can experience, we are made so competent, so efficient, so open up to receive reality and relativity together. Two contradictions are to be lived together as part of our central existence is this Leela of the cosmos. And Mother understood it for the first time. The body is starting to understand. Body is starting to understand. Body is made to understand that who are you? What is your stuff? What is your energy? What is your inner reality? What is the truth? What is the light of your reality? All different words are different relativities. Only one reality is being expressed through all different words. So through all different formats of existence, only and only one reality that is being expressed, and tomorrow also still innumerable forms might be added to the existence and cosmos, but the reality that is one, once upon a time also it was one, today also it is one, and after so many years of infinity it will be one and one, but it will be manifested continuously in a greater and greater orbit, keeping one and one to be the center of it. That is the understanding Mother was given for the first time, that this is for the very reason body is given to us. Body is not just a burden. Death is not a burden. The misery that we are made to suffer is not a burden. What we understand, what we feel, and what we name to that set of the circumstances as misfortune is not a burden to us. Everything that takes place in our life is for our betterment, is for our growth, is for our ascent. It is for our psychic ascent, it is for our mental ascent. Why it cannot be for our physicality's ascent? Because it is the instrument. If spirit is to be ascended, if object is to be ascended, subject is bound to be ascended. And what is relativity? Relativity is the interaction between subject and object. More the perfect reflection you are going to see, more the perfect reflection you are going to experience, more the perfect reflection you are going to participate, more the perfect reflections you are going to interact with, you will have to ascend. That doesn't matter. Reflection is your experience, but reality is your self-ascent. That is the understanding. Mother got it. One thing, everything that happens, see, very categorically Mother says, everything that happens is for progress. Everything that happens is for progress. So world of today is to us a junction of the progress, not the final terminus. Not the final terminus. So mind which has been given to us is a junction, but is such a better junction that we can experience mortality with immortality, happiness with unhappiness, understanding with stupidity, day with night, light with darkness, consolidated matter with the absolute spirit. See the quality of the body. That body can keep both of them within its orbit and experience. There is no contradiction. There is no contradiction. Contradiction is the reflection of the imperfection of our mind. For psychic, it is not contradiction. Everything, see, everything that happens is meant, everything that happens is meant to attain the true state. To attain the true state. This is the true state. Om Tat Sat. This is the true state of Tat. Emerge from the Om. Whether it might be you or I. It might be object or it might be subject. Tat. This is reality that has been relativity, and we are in the center of relativity. So it is our assignment, and Mother felt for the first time that it is the assignment given to me by Lord, that the true nature, true reality, true Varam Rupam Jyoti of the Prakriti is to be given to each and every individual of the world, each and every individual of the existence, each and every individual of the expression of the will of the Supreme in any format, whether we understand it or not. But it is for progress. It is for progress. The state the cells are supposed to be, see, it is the state every cell has to reach. This is the state every cell has to undertake, and this is the self-manifestation every cell is given as an opportunity for realizing the divinity within. The true state, the state that cells are supposed to be in, so that the realization may be accomplished. This realization may be accomplished. And what is the quality of realization? Quality of realization is not an extension of experience. Quality of realization is not the greater magnitude of experience. Quality of realization is bliss. Paramanand. Varam Rupam Jyoti can start experiencing and realizing Paramanand, that is the objective of the existence of body on the earth. May be accomplished. Even blows, jorts, jerk, that is given to the kaleidoscope for the better design. The jerk given to the kaleidoscope is a better design. It is just a very quantum, a very small quantum is there in reality inside the pipe of the kaleidoscope. But it is the jerk, movement, energy put into action for the time being, might be a fraction of the time, but it is the jerk that can create the better design. That can create the better design. So every jerk given to our body is for the better design, to be realized within and to be realized without. Realization without is object, and realization within is Paramanand. Realization may be even blows, even pains or apparent disorganization are all for a purpose. They are all for one and one purpose. Purpose of our betterment, purpose of our ascent, purpose of our progress, and purpose of to be gradually divinized. Man to be gradualized, to be gradually God. We are the sons of God, we must be even as He. Even we get ourselves fully divinized, then also one supreme reality will be there and there. And we were at that time also supposed to be in interaction with that Supreme. So reality also will be there and relativity also will be there. We might be the master of relativities, but we will have to communicate to the divine. So Sri Aurobindo used as there. We are the sons of God, we must be even as He. So He will be there and we also will be there. So why not to be better? As we should be better. As we should be greater. As we should be divine, to be in the orbit of the divine. That is Maharaj, and that was practiced by Lord Krishna in Vrindavan before 5,000 years. And the same Krishna is Sri Aurobindo, who appeared before the mother in his supramental body to give this blessed experience to the entire Prakriti centralized in the body of the mother, and the cells of the body of the mother, they all became gopis and gopis to be in the same body, same orbit of Lord Krishna of tomorrow. And it's only when the body takes it the wrong way, like an idiot. If we take this movement of body in a wrong way, as idiot, then we are not disciple, nor human beings, nor animals, nor stone, nor inert matter. We are idiot. Why for then mind is given to you? Why for? Why for? To be crystallized instrument, to root out your ignorance, to root out your idiocy, to root out your ego, to root out all your subtle and concrete impurities as obstacles which are intervening in our genuine progress towards Varam Rupam Jyoti. And it's only when the body takes it the wrong way, like an idiot, that it gets worse. It gets worse. That becomes our misfortune, that becomes our pain, that becomes our misery, and that becomes everything what we experience at present in our human life. And that is why transformation is a must, and transformation is the key, master key to root out the death, the master wrong habit. It is a master wrong habit that is to be rooted out. If we can have the transformation of the inert matter of the cells of our body with the help of the core nucleus of the cell, divinity, to the equivalent level of the psychic that is within us. So we can get the descent of the psychic and we can get ascent of the divinity hidden in the cell, and both of them, the meeting place is the junction. And that is how, and that is why the time of lifespan has been given to us. That is the purpose of the life. That is the purpose of our existence. The difficulties come from every small things that seem absolutely commonplace, but they block the way. Difficulties are there, given to us, as jerk given to the kaleidoscope. So we should not look to the jerk. We should not experience and over-experience the jerk, but we should experience in reality the outcome of that jerk. Outcome of that jerk is our way to Varam Rupam Jyoti. They come without reason, a trifle, a word, an illness afflicting someone close to me. Suddenly something in me contracts. Everything that is given to me, my cell starts vibrating, and vibrating in such a way that they are receiving what they since long aspires. Their aspiration is replied. Their prayer is answered. Prayer of the cells is answered. That becomes our yoga. Prayer is not the lip faith. Prayer is the self-confidence. Prayer is the self-reality. Prayer is our real I. Prayer is the real form of our I. That is psychic. So there are mental dimensions, there are psychic dimensions, and there are infinite dimensions of the matter. They are to be clubbed in such a powerful master design that thereafter no jerk will be required. No jerk will be required. And I have to start the work all over again as though nothing had been done. As if nothing had been done in this direction since the beginning of the existence till today, because body was totally neglected. This body, this is the body that was totally neglected. I will have to start my work. I will have to take Sri Ganesh of this for the first time ever in the history of existence, and that was my understanding given to me today by Lord, and that is why I am surviving. We might think that the form of the body is a point of concentration, and that without that concentration or rigidity, physical life would be impossible. Body, concrete body that is given to us appears to be rigidity, but is not rigidity. It is a total flexibility put into matter. It is total velocity put into static dynamism. It is static dynamism. And that is to be understood as master velocity. Earth is moving. Earth is revolving too simultaneously. Still, it appears to be static to us. Still, we don't understand why our body is mortal. It is immortal. Still, mortality as part of the experience, as part of the jerk given to us for better realization and better progress for our psychic, for our mind, and for our body. Very difficult thing to understand three together with one and one quality. The body is really a wonderful instrument. World Mother says body is a wonderful instrument, and we have been complaining all the while throughout our life against our body. Oh, this is that, this is that, this is that, this is that. We have never taken up body to be the blessing, body to be the vardhan, body to be the divine boon. It is capable of widening, of becoming vast, as I told you. It is the center that has to accept so many orbits in magnitude that is being provided to us. And then everything, the slightest gestures, the slightest work is done in marvelous harmony with a remarkable plasticity. We can have marvelous harmony with a tremendously powerful plasticity. Every day we get up. We are not conscious. Every day we get up physically, but still internally dormant. Internally dormant. And life is wasted. And all of a sudden, over some trivial details, a gust of air, nothing, a slight breeze, impulse, that is given to us and our psychic awakens. This is the time that has been given to us, spark of the time, moment of the time given to us, that our psychic awakens. And when psychic awakens, awakening of psychic is light, awakening of psychic is spark, awakening of psychic is the spark of reality put into action in the world of relativity. That is supramental descent. As a psychic of the mother at that time started entering into the zone of inertia of her body and find out her own source, as if Ganga is reversing itself towards Gangotri, to find out purity of a drop of this water. Ours is a drop of consciousness from the divine, but has to realize its own purity, divinity and infinity. And if it is realized, body is also immortal, psychic is also immortal, and our mind at over mental consciousness is also important. This truth in three different dimensions can be a concrete part of our realization. Body is meant for this. It shrinks back into itself out of fear of disappearing, but all the while is a victim of our fear. If that fear is removed, then we can be free from death. If fear is removed, we can be free from the clutches of death. If that fear is removed, we can be in constant contact with the divinity of the cell. The entire body can be in contact with the divinity of the cell. Not only that, but the entire body can be in contact with the divinity of the cosmos too. That is Swarat, Samrat and Virat. We can live Virat in our atom. We can live Virat in our shell. We can live the greatest and the grandest magnitude just in an invisible point of reality. That is cellular transformation. Cellular transformation doesn't mean the color of the cell is to be changed. This is our extremely limited understanding. Mortality is to be changed into immortality of the divine. Mortality is to be changed into the timeless reality, that the Godhead seed might flower into mindless space. And what is mindless space? The morbidity of mind, the disease of mind, the clutches of the wrong habits of mind that has been entertaining since the very first emergence of mind till today. If that boundary is broken, then the vast ocean of consciousness is visible to a very, very little spark of the mind, very, very little spark of the body, very, very little existence of the body. The little plot of mortality touched by the soul became a playground of the living infinite. A very little plot of mortality. It appears to be plot of mortality so far as you think yourself to be little. But if you start thinking that no, I am Virat, I am all in all, my being is immortal, then your body also will start replying to your question, to your query. And body also feels immortality, mind also feels immortality, and psychic has been constantly feeling the same immortality. So it is the question of the design, new design to be acquired. New form is to be acquired. In our traditional scripture, it is called Videhi Avastha. Though body is there, but reality of soul is felt. Body is there, matter, but the reality of spirit is realized. That is the true understanding, that is the true realization. If cells are awakened, then we can have the new format, new design and new matter. It shrinks back into itself out of fear of disappearing, of no longer being, and everything has to be started again from the beginning. And that is what my experiment, and I felt that this is to be started once again. Up till now we have been living in our ignorance, darkness. So this is tamsoma jyotirgamaya, asatoma sadgamaya, and both can be well understood, both can be completely understood, both dictums can be transparently and totally understood if our march from mrityurma amrutam gamaya starts.